Oh my gosh.
Fundamentals.
We would be the bad boys of Little League. I'm telling you now. We would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to
Not
be.
pub more. I mean,
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Fitzmagic in September is like one of the hottest athletes in the world.
Georgia, 24.5-point favorite. Jesus take the wheel in the spread. Devin, what you got?
Dude, they're going to need every bit of that spread. Like I said, prop bet, South Carolina doesn't score a single point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Welcome live to Pub Sports Talk episode 123, 123rd episode. Golly, grammar's not my thing. That intro just gets me every time, especially with the clown laugh. Like, I really hope, I just imagine people watching us and like listening to us and they're not paying attention to that laugh. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm never paying attention. It spooks me out.
Yeah, God, that's what I love to hear. Spooky season. That's what it's all about. With us, Dr. Tim Farner in the building. Started his new job this week. He's feeling good, doing great things. We appreciate you. And then Preacher Man Fitzsimmons. Cass is real out there. Might have a girl, maybe not. Maybe we dished on it.
No.
not.
Let's
Okay.
keep down. DL.
Yeah, all right. So never mind that. Scratch that segment out. But no, this is a good crew here. Devin, I think he typically plays softball Tuesday night. I think they moved it up. That's what I'll go with. That's the excuse. Or it's RIP and he's dead and we have a moment of silence for him. But either one.
Spooky season.
Anyway, spooky season. That's what it's all about. Speaking of spooky season and seasons, getting the right gear, go to Smack Apparel. Use our code PUB17. Get 17% off. They have amazing products. I mean, basketball season's tipping off. NHL just kicked off last week. NFL's popping off. MLB playoffs. They've got you covered for all those. Plus, you're a Tennessee Volunteer fan. You want to celebrate that big win against Bama. Go to Smack Apparel. They've got a shirt just for you. It says, "Not today, Saban," with the score on it. I love it. Use our code PUB17. Get 17% off. Chef's kiss to them. Now, we're going to start this episode. It's 1, 2, 3. I probably should have done like a wrestling one, but we kind of did that last week. So I had to think of another legendary 23 moment here. And we're going 1990, Valentine's Day. We're going to call it the GOAT of heists, but they fumbled the bag at the end here. So 1990, Michael Jordan playing for the Bulls. He hasn't quite emerged on the scene yet, right? They haven't won their 6 championships yet, but he is Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP. Like, he's got these accolades. He's getting up there. He's warming up in Orlando. He's got a shoot around. Jersey's laid out in the locker room. He comes back from shoot around 5:45. Jersey's gone. Done. Disappeared. Locker room. Dead bolted. Locked. Nobody could get in. Somehow this jersey grew legs and walked away. So Michael Jordan has to come out. They search fans for number 23 Chicago Bulls red jersey. Nothing fits. Nothing's quite right. So they say, hey, we have one extra jersey, because this is back in the old days where they had one extra jersey just in case the jersey ripped or anything. Nowadays, they cover with 2 sets of each pair of jerseys. So this doesn't happen. But he rocks out. Does anybody know what number MJ plays this game in?
Is it 45?
45, no. He did, after his baseball stint, he did wear 45 for a little bit until he got
Is
roasted.
it 69?
Oh, that would have been clutch. No, 12. He was another legendary GOAT wearing 12 for that one game. And he said, never again. I need my 23. He still dropped 47 points. Like, come on. He's still a menace on the court. It's still Michael Jordan. But he just fell off his groove. So anyways, people are like, yo, where'd this jersey go? People are like blaming the Orlando Magic, like personnel and their security and stuff. Anyways, weeks go by and somebody notices a tile that's messed up in the visitor locker room. They look up there. Sure enough, number 23 is tucked in there. Basically, they do a internal investigation. Security guard came in from the ceiling, Mission Impossible style.
Oh my God.
Drops down, takes the 23 jersey, comes back up, and just leaves the jersey up there because he knew people were going to look for it. And he's like, I'll come back for a later date. Didn't come back soon enough, apparently. And he gets fired. He loses his $20,000 a year job there. and RIP to that guy, right? But I don't know his name. I wish I did. I balls on him because it almost was a great heist on him. Like,
Oh
could you
my
imagine
God.
if you had that jersey, like just hanging up in your man cave or whatever? But like, yep, that's MJ. I stole it from him in the locker room. That was really his though. Like that'd be dope ass story.
Dude, that's worth the job. That's
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, you're gonna live in infamy in that place. Like you would be. Oh, yeah, I was the guy that stole MJ's jersey. It's right there on my wall. You know,
Right.
Dang,
Like they
that'd
have
be
like
cool.
the most like banned people in the like security guards offices. Like, yo, didn't Craig used to work here? Yeah. Let me tell you what crazy Craig did. God, he'd be legend status. But yeah, so MJ, he goes on, has this amazing career, 6 national championship or 6 world championships. And MJ's the GOAT. We can debate that all we want, but this guy really applaud his effort. Great execution on the plan up until the very end when he fumbled the bag. Anyways, the jersey goes missing. Like Orlando said, they mailed it back to him. They never got it. So maybe a post office person sitting in their man cave, or maybe somebody in the mailroom of Chicago Bulls took it. Who knows? This jersey has completely dipped. No one has a trace of it. So I want to know, like, what is the most legendary number you can think of for an athlete? Like, that's like part of them we associate. So Michael Jordan, obviously rocking 23. We associate that 23 with Michael Jordan 9 times out of 10. And like for me, it's Ocho Cinco. It's 85. It's Chad Johnson. I always associate Ocho Cinco, Bengals 85. Like it's a domino effect right there.
I thought you were gonna throw if we could steal an athlete's jersey.
Oh,
I was trying to think there's a movie where a guy it's like a very wealthy guy and he just steals art for fun. Like that's his hobby. And like like no one would suspect him because he's like, they assume someone's stealing the art like to sell it and make
It's not
money.
the one with Ryan Reynolds in The Rock, is it?
No, it's like from the 90s. But like the guy just like his hobby is stealing art and just putting it like in his secret stash. And I was just wondering. That's where I thought you were gonna go with this, but
we can go there after that. I like
okay.
that though.
I'm trying to think. Iconic number. For some reason I thought of Derek Jeter too.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know. That was the first one I thought of. It's not my favorite one, but
Yeah.
it kind of stands out.
Yeah,
So I thought you go 4.
Ooh,
Yeah, I did
ooh.
think of that.
I like. It's got to be number 9 for me. Got to go, Matty Stafford.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were gonna say Gordie Howe.
Oh.
Number 9.
No,
There's a lot of number 9s out
Gretzky at
there.
99, but
There's a lot of number 9s.
no, like, number 9. I mean, Matt Stafford was supposed to be the savior of Detroit, and Detroit broke his back literally. Detroit
yeah.
is very punishing, but he's carrying on number 9 with the Rams. He got his Super Bowl. Anytime I see number 9 on a jersey, I just think of Matty. That's it.
That's a good one. That's a good wholesome answer. I like it. Devins, I went ahead and guessed Devins. Tim, I wasn't sure what yours were going to be, but Devins is 3 for Earnhardt there. I would assume that's his. Devin, correct me if I'm wrong there, but
see, it's almost like I'm thinking if you said the number, like what athlete comes to mind? Because if you say 3, I'm like, okay, Babe Ruth, or I don't. Dale would be up there though.
Yeah,
but I think that's how you got to find that number.
Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, let's just go through. All right, we'll start with 0. We'll end at 99. Let's go. No, I was kidding.
Gilbert Arenas.
Awesome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
bang bang.
It's a good one.
All right, Fitz. I like your question. If we could steal anybody's jersey,
If I could steal anyone's jersey,
yeah, I do like that.
And I just had it. Thomas Crown Affair. That's the movie. Thomas Crown Affair.
Okay.
That's so Thomas Crown Affair, but for an athlete's jersey. I'm going. Give me Usain Bolt's Puma Jamaica track uniform.
That's solid.
And I want his Mango Puma shoes that he broke the world record at the World Championships.
I like that.
The mangoes, they were sick.
I gotta go. Speaking of number 3s, I got to go Ben Wallace, number 3, Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
You know, I went to a couple of the games. They were playing Bobcats, a couple in Detroit at the Palace. I would love to go Mission Impossible and just like find a freaking vent or something and just snag one of his jerseys. Oh man,
Yeah.
that'd been wonderful.
That'd been pretty sick. Absolutely. It's hard because, like, Tim, like yours is like a personal thing. Like, it's hard for me not to shut the brain off and be like, yo, that number 12 MJ jersey that he wore once, that's going to go for a pretty penny. Like, that'd be an auction, or like maybe his flu game jersey or something. But I guess if I'm going with the heart, give me the great one. Give me Gretzky's 99 Kings jersey, the throwback LA logo. I like it.
Good pick.
I like it. Yeah, I'd have to run like hell because they were just coming at me. Dropping. Good question, Fitz. I like it. All right. So we're speaking of basketball here a little bit. Basketball season about to tip off. For the first time in recent memory, there's no clear favorite by Vegas here. You guys want to take a guess who's kind of in that plus 600, plus 700 range that keeps going back and forth here?
Milwaukee Bucks,
Milwaukee Bucks. That's one. There's 4 of them total.
Golden State Warriors,
Golden State Warriors. That's 2.
Phoenix Suns.
Nah. Damn. Dude, you were two for 3. That's pretty good.
What about the Nets?
The Nets, no. After
Yeah.
that ball of video of Ben
Mhm.
Simmons airballing.
Mhm.
What about Philly? I feel like Philly's got to be up there.
Really? No, not quite.
Oh, no, that was a
Miami.
good guess. That's a good guess, too. What about the Heat? Yeah. Celtics.
Celtics.
Ah,
And this one, if you guys, I'm going to give you about one more guess each. If you guys can get this, I'm impressed. Because this one floored me.
Clippers?
Yeah.
Clips?
The Clippers.
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
That
could
one, I was
see
like,
that. That is a surprise, but I could see that just with the stars
Yeah.
they have.
but yeah, these are the clear 4 favorites, and they keep going back and forth in books. I think right now Celtics are the favorite in most books at plus 600. But like right there with them, Clippers, Bucks, Warriors, all within 660 to 700. Like, and they just keep going back and forth as the weeks go. Celtics just lost their big man for a little part of the season for back surgery. So maybe that affects the odds. Maybe the books change tomorrow. You never know. For you guys, we've got to pick one team to bring home the championship before the season even tips off here. Who are we picking?
Denver Nuggets.
I like it.
That's
That's
my
slept
team.
on.
That's my team.
Yeah. Go ahead and call it.
I think we're forgetting Jamal Murray and the difference he brings to that team. They were already good, even with not, having him hurt. But I think with Jokic, MVP type player, Jamal Murray's going to be back. And just from what I've seen, I think he's going to be as good, if not better than where he was when they were playing in the bubble. So that's my sneaky pick. I like them.
It is a good sneaky pick.
I don't know if
They're
they'll
at
get
10.
it done, but I think they will reach like a conference finals at the least.
I like it. They're sitting at 10th right now at plus 1,800. So, I mean, it's not a bad pick.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't have a flashy pick. I was gonna say the Heat just because they've made some deep runs and Jimmy might get it done finally because he's always climbed. So far he hasn't regressed, and so I feel like
Yeah.
this is either going to be it or he's going to regress.
I
Yeah.
like that take.
They're my favorite team. Like I feel like they've got the most complete group that could win it.
It just seemed like they couldn't
Almost
click
reminiscent
last
of
season.
Tim's his 04 Pistons. Like they just have a lot of those guys like Duncan. They have the Duncan Robinsons. They have the Bams. They've got Kyle Lowry. I just feel like they've got the pieces that complement each other really well. And you might be like, well, they got Jimmy and who else? But I do feel like that team could gel. And then you got, Spoelstra. I really like him too. So yeah, Heat would be, they're another team that I would put up there.
Playoff Jimmy.
Playoff Jimmy.
They're at plus 1,600. They're right there in the top 8. That's just a team that just never could get going last year. Like I just feel like none of the pieces could be on the same page all at once. It was hard to watch, but I mean they should on paper they should make a run for this. Tim, you should feel good. Your Pistons, they're not last. They're tied for last with the bottom 8 teams, man. We got a chance.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go.
Yeah, I mean, they were fun to watch last year. I can't remember their pick. I saw a couple highlights from preseason. They got young talent. Now it's whether or not they squander it or not. I don't know, but I might watch a few of their games this year. We'll see.
I think it'd be worth it. I think if they come to Charlotte, which I think they're supposed to, I think we got to ride, boys. We got to go cheer them on. For me, I got to pull for my Celtics. I think, like you were saying about the Heat, I think the Celtics are a very complete unit.
Yeah.
As long as they can all mesh and gel, this is a good, especially adding Blake Griffin. If he can come in as a role player off the bench as a postman for us, I like it and kind of has a resurgence. He gets a chance to get a ring here, or he's just bad luck. So,
yeah.
Good
Also
away.
keep an eye out. Zion. I think he'll be comeback player of the year.
Oh, I like that, dude. He's looks
looking,
good.
He's looking really strong.
He can't stay on the court.
That is, but he's dropped weight now.
Yeah.
Load manage
good.
him. Load manage him.
That's right. You got to manage his loads.
Let him play 1 out of every 3 games.
1 out of 3.
I
like it.
He'll play a third of the regular season.
I love it. All right, so that's NBA talk. As season progresses, we'll start talking more and more about it. Obviously, the season just kicked off today, or tipped off, I should say. I think Celtics and 76ers are playing right now, which should be a good game. Both Eastern favorites that should make a run here. Let's move on to baseball. Playoffs, we're finally here. It feels good. And this is what the people want. Earlier today, Yankees beat the Guardians to take the sole possession of that one. So now it's Astros versus the Yanks. On the other side, we got Phillies versus Padres. Championships on the line here. This is like, God, this is what we've been waiting for. There's been a lot of upsets. We talked about last week, Mariners trying to make a run for it. Houston shut them down, swept them. But the Phillies, another Cinderella story that people talk about. They've made a run here. They look dangerous and good. Guys, what's your thoughts here with a little playoff baseball?
What happened to the Dodgers?
Dodgers beaten by the Padres in 5.
It's crazy.
Yeah. To me, go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
Nope. I was just going to talk smack.
So these two matchups I'm really curious on because you got Yankees that money has bought all this talent. There's so much talent on that roster. You're going against the proven winners of the Astros here, Tim's Astros. Whether you don't like them or not, they keep finding ways to win, and they haven't missed a beat, it seems like. On the other side, you got Phillies, a Cinderella story team, if I can talk, going against the Padres, who beat the Dodgers, who that was the second most team that spent the most money on talent. So, I mean, a lot of grit and grind on these teams, and I'm here for it. Like, I am sold on baseball here. They come off tonight. Philly, Padres, they've already started playing. Astros, Yankees will play tomorrow for game 1. Exciting stuff. Tim, go ahead.
Let's go Astros. They're on fire. You can't beat them. They take your money, throw it out the window. They take your home runs. They beat a bunch of cans. They take your pitcher. They know his pitch count. They got everything. Astros, they're always one step ahead. They're the Patriots of the MLB.
I like that comparison. I'm here for it.
The Padres are the team I probably heard the least amount of. Like we know the
Tatis
Phillies
got injured and then he got suspended and they vanished.
Yeah. And like the Phillies, we knew they were kind of picking up kind of midway through and then they somehow caught up with, they're click at they're right behind the Braves and the
Right.
and the Mets. But you feel like they're the hottest team like in the postseason, like they were just hot at the right time sort of thing. Yankees kind of sputtered out, but then they've resurged. Astros have been on top. That's why the Padres, you just felt like the Dodgers were you felt like the Dodgers and the Astros were both going to be there. And then it was like a lot of question marks of like, who else is going to be there? So that's where the Padres are really a surprise. So obviously to take down the Dodgers is a statement. And Yeah, it's anybody's for the taking at this point.
I totally agree with you. And I misspoke. Padres beat the Dodgers in 4. Phillies won their series in the Braves against 4. So equal amount
Padres
of
won
rest.
in
both go
4?
road. They won in 4.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man.
By the way, our betting public out there, I think 92% of the postseason games have hit the over. Something to chew on. Big bats waking up in the playoffs.
I don't touch playoffs.
I touch all over them
Coffees for closes
with consent.
House closes only.
All right, that's it for our baseball talk. Hopefully, we can get a Ouija board and resurrect Devin here, and he can come back and talk baseball with us next week. All right, let's move to college football. I've got to get this in because it was a huge week in college football. Let's talk about Week 7 scores. Number 6, Tennessee takes down Saban. Number 3, Bama, 52-49. I'm all for this game. I'm all in on the Volunteers. I was in baseball season. I'm back on them. Let's go, Vol Nation. V's up, baby. Then you got number 5, Michigan. Dog walking Penn State and Coach Franklin, 41-17. Not even a close game out there in the big house. Maybe a surprise for most people. Number 20, Utah takes down number 7, USC by 1 point, 43-42. This game, I was all over the Trojans till they came out with the new uniforms, the black on black, honoring their 2 fallen teammates. And I was like, I'm betting the house on Utah, and I'm glad I did. Number 13, TCU takes down number 8, Oklahoma State, 43-40. Number 18, Syracuse takes down NC State, 24-9. And then Georgia Southern, gotta love them, beats JMU, number 25, 45-38. And they were a 22-point dog in that game. These scores, I mean, what's your all's take on here? Obviously, the big one, Tennessee, Bama. That was national news because they burned down Knoxville pretty much.
As a man who doesn't know much about college ball, I love a good dog. And this was the week of the dog. So, you got to appreciate it, whether you watch college sports or not. Parker, I got to give kudos to you, man. You called it. The Vols over the Tide. I thought you were crazy, but you did it. You spoke it into existence.
So I should take winning. God, you know how bad I wanted a victory cigar. I wanted to smoke with them.
I've never seen Nick Saban more mad than when they muffed a punt in like the first, I think it was the first quarter or second quarter. I've never seen Saban that livid. And you felt like it's like, yeah, that could be the game. That's the extra possession that Tennessee needs. And then that duck of a kick to win it. Oh my gosh.
Dude, got tipped.
Yeah.
Knuckleball in there.
And that guy missed the extra point earlier. You knew it was like, dude, this might not have a chance.
Yeah.
And he didn't look. You looked at the kicker. He's like, that was lucky,
Dude, I was stressing on the couch, and like when they had that pass interference, I was like, "Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that's pass interference." And Claudia was like, "This is an app. Like, why do you care?" And I was like, "You don't understand. I hate Saban and Bama."
Yeah, that's game of the year at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
My question is, if we think Bama, we got to keep an eye on it. Like, if we think Bama is a playoff team, if they're in the conversation in, December, like if they do this, or November or December, if it's, well, if Bama does this and these people do this and Bama might get in, I'm just like, these games that we're looking at right here, like USC was in the playoff conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know how good Oklahoma State is. Go TCU, Horned Frogs. But I'm just wondering now, like what we won't get off about with the playoffs is that Tennessee Bama game. If that was a playoff game, oh my gosh, like that's what it felt like. Is it felt like those two teams were both just playing high level. It was
playing for their season.
I know, and that's what I want to see. I don't want to see Michigan get in. I don't want to see Clemson get in. It's like I just don't believe in some of those other teams that they're really going to give Georgia a battle, or they're really going to give Alabama a battle. And now that Bama's got their one loss, season's over. Because USC lost to a really good Utah team. They're not going to be in the playoff now. Because Utah lost their
They lost to
opener.
Florida.
They're not going to get the playoff. And I'm just like, is that really what it's about? Or is it about getting the 4 best teams in this thing and having some of the best football games we've seen?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just my soapbox.
Yeah, I love it. I always like putting you on it. Let's move into this week's rankings. The AP top 10: Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan. Your top 4 teams. Right outside, knocking on the door. You got Clemson at 5, Bama at 6. So them and Tennessee basically just flopped there. Ole Miss, TCU, UCLA, and Oregon round up your top 10. Our biggest movers: number 18, Illinois, up 6 spots. Number 8, TCU. Number 15, Utah, up 5 spots. Number 22, UNC. Number 25, Tulane, coming from unranked to being ranked finally. Biggest drops: number 23, NC State. Number 24, Mississippi State dropped 8 spots after losses. Number 19, number 25, JMU. Sorry, number 19, Kansas. Number 25, JMU drops from the rankings completely. Looking at this picture, I mean, if you had to make a top 4 playoff, is this the 4 best teams in the country? Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee,
Game of the
Michigan.
year is between number 3 and number 6.
Yeah.
Tennessee and Bama. I think by those standards, if that kick put Tennessee in the playoff, I think Bama has to be linked to Tennessee. They'll never do it.
Right.
I'm just saying
But
that.
you're saying Bama would leapfrog Clemson, Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until Michigan and Clemson can prove they could hang with a SEC team.
Yeah. And all these teams are on a collision course for each other. Georgia will play Tennessee here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State and Michigan will play at the end of the season. So 2 of these teams are going to at least have 1 loss on the record. And how does that affect the bowl and that type of stuff? Tim, what's your thoughts here on this AP top 10?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about, there's still games to play, and these teams are going to be playing each other. I think
That was so generic.
what?
That was such a generic statement.
Well, yeah, we're talking about college ball. I just like the dogs. I don't like.
Actually fine. Man, TCU's not getting a lot of love. I just looked at.
They're number 8, homie.
They're undefeated.
Yeah.
They I'm saying they haven't gotten their love. I guess they got Kansas State next week. They'll
That's a
have
big
Texas later on. If they go undefeated, I think you have to give TCU
You gotta
some
talk to them.
credit.
Yeah.
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 They won't.
I mean, they're gonna say they don't play anybody, but
Yeah,
if
UCF.
they go undefeated, yeah, I'm all in on the Horny Toads. Let's go.
The Hornets.
yeah,
I'm here for that name. Well, speaking of key games and matchups to come this week, it's another big week for college football. Number 14, Syracuse, undefeated, traveling to Death Valley. Number 5, Clemson. Clemson's a 13.5-point favorite. Both teams undefeated. Pac-12, number 9, UCLA. Number 10, Oregon. Oregon dropped 1 early. They're just trying to keep the momentum rolling. They're a 6-point favorite. Number 20, Texas, taking on number 11, Oklahoma State. Texas -6 favorite. Number 24, Mississippi State, taping on number 6, Bama. Bama's a 21-point favorite. And number 17, Kansas State, takes on number 8, TCU. 3.5-point favorite TCU is. Let's do our quick picks here. Who do we take? Cuse, Clemson.
Give me Cuse.
Clemson.
Big Orange. Yeah, this is
Unfortunately.
tough. I like Syracuse, man. They've been running the ball hard. I love the energy they have. It's a new ramped up program for them. Give me Syracuse and the Big Orange to win. Undefeated UCLA traveling to Oregon. Who do we take here?
Oregon.
Quack, quack.
Yeah.
Quack, quack. Oregon. Not so fast. Chip Kelly, old Oregon coach, traveling back. Now he's the coach at UCLA. Give me them and Robinson. That quarterback, chef's kiss, man. He is an RPO wet dream right there. Number 20, Texas, taking on number 11, Oklahoma State.
Hook 'em horns. Let's go.
I think Oklahoma State bounces back after a loss.
This be a big bounce-up game.
Mm-hmm.
That Texas quarterback, Oolers, looks damn good, dangerous. Horns down. Give me the Cowboys, Oklahoma State. Mississippi State traveling to Bama. What do we think?
I'm hammering down Mississippi State. Give me them for the parlay this
Oh my
week.
gosh.
You taking the dogs?
Roll Tide.
Dude, there's 2 people I'd hate to be right now. The guy that muffed the punt, because he walked back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Nick Saban would not let him on the bus. And Mississippi State, because they're a pissed off Alabama team. Give me Bama with the points.
Damn.
Kansas State, TCU. Who do we take?
Horned Frogs. That's my new team.
The Horny Toads.
The Horny Toads. That's my new squad.
Yeah, give me the Kansas State Owls. The Kansas State Turtles. Kansas State Whiskers. Wildcats. Give me the Wildcats.
there it
baby.
is.
There you go.
God, see, this is why I love talking college football with Tim. It's the mascot, guys.
Whiskers.
Give me the Horny Toads. I like the way TCU's been playing. I'm here for it. One more thing about college football before we move to NFL. There's undefeated teams left here. There's 9. We got TCU, Ole Miss, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, UCLA, Tennessee, Syracuse, Michigan. Out of these teams, who's going to be the last one standing for us?
Michigan probably loses to Ohio State.
Wow.
Clemson. You say Syracuse is undefeated?
Syracuse is undefeated.
Mm,
One of these teams are going to be off that list.
yeah.
Give me the actual dog. I think the Bulldogs they can just run the lap.
Yeah. You think Georgia can make it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I can see that. I forgot that
Mm.
video clip had sounds. Yeah. I mean,
Not UCLA. I don't see them. Tennessee probably loses to Georgia.
Yeah.
Who's the top left there?
TCU.
Okay.
It's your
that's
Horny
Horny
Toads.
my
Toads.
guys. Ole Miss is interesting. I had them beating Bama, but I don't know. They'll play Bama in a few weeks. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got to go to LSU, Texas A&M, and then they get Bama at home.
Yeah, that's a
But
tough
I'm-
schedule, so I don't see it. But
Yeah. I mean,
they
the
are,
SEC
they are
schedule's
very
not
good.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone's going to go undefeated in the SEC, obviously Georgia's the favorite, but don't sleep on Ole Miss.
Yeah. I don't hate that at all. You know, that Georgia Tennessee game, that's going to be one that people are really going to eye on. And if Tennessee beats them, now
Mm.
all focus is on that UK game because UK is not a sleeper anymore. And that's a rivalry game. So,
Yeah.
it's Tennessee's got a tough schedule. I like Georgia to stay undefeated and maybe Ohio State. Maybe they're the last two standing there. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Let's move to a little NFL talk, boys. Big stuff. Don't know if you guys saw this. Robbie Anderson out in Panthers. Panthers getting rid of everybody. He has a disagreement with his wide receiver coach on the sideline. He benches him. Then he gets more mad, more pissed. And so the new interim head coach says, go to the locker room, hit the showers. You're done. Dead. You're dead in Carolina. Robbie Anderson traded to Arizona the very next day. Arizona, they get D-Hop back this week. He's officially activated from his suspension. Now Marquise Brown dealing with an injury, so maybe this helps fulfill that role of Brown being missed out. But Arizona, they win this trade because they only pay him like $400,000, and Carolina's still on the hook for another $20 million for this cat. Tough scene for Panthers fans. You're paying a lot of people to sit at home and not play for you.
Yeah, it's I mean, I never cared much for Robbie Anderson. I mean, he's fast.
Mhm.
He's fast down. I feel like he's a one-trick pony, really is what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I don't know what the disagreement. I don't know if they talked about the disagreement publicly, but shoot, they're burning bridges everywhere. Say, oh, you're talking smack, out of here. You out of here. If your name's not CMC, you're out of here. And you might be out of here if your name's CMC. So I don't know. Carolina, I mean, they're just a cluster. I feel like, I know we've talked about it before. Carolina just needs to get an identity. Ever since Tepper took over, they're so snip, snap, snip, snap. They're back and forth everywhere. Pick something.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
tough.
wait to edit that Michael Scott clip in there.
Yeah, my mom's like the biggest Panthers fan I know, and every week she hasn't thrown in the towel necessarily, but she's like, I'm shopping for a quarterback, and she's been watching all the college football. She really wants the USC quarterback. I believe that's Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Yep.
Yeah, she really wants him. But yeah, I'm with you, Tim. Right now they need to shop for quarterback and coach. And I think the mistake they made was going for Rule I don't think they should get a college coach. I think they need to go for like one of the younger head coaches. I like Dallas's offensive coordinator. I think he could be. I think he could be a fit.
Kellen
But
Moore.
yeah. But I just think I don't think it's crazy to just dump Anderson. It's like
No.
I wish they could have gotten more than just a 6th and 7th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Because they'll definitely need to draft a quarterback and receiver next year. The good thing is, like with the Panthers, I know it's not a Panthers podcast, but I just think everyone just kind of dumping on them right now. I think their defense has some bright spots, that they've been drafting defense for the past few years. So I do think there's an opportunity there. It's just a very dark place for the Panthers right now. But I do think they can turn around with that quarterback coach marriage. I think if they can find like the right two, I think it can get going quickly, as we've seen from other teams in the league here. But yeah, it's just a very dark place right now for the third.
I can just see like Sir Purr just like cuddled up in like a corner. Like you got to put him on suicide watch in the padded room. Like watch out for him. Yeah. I mean,
poor kitty.
Yeah. I mean, Robbie Anderson, his only contribution to Carolina was that video. Where it was like, yo, what's that bear doing up there? And like, that's Sir Purr. And he's like, they call him what? That's wild. So like, just never worked out. To me, he's a one-trick pony. I think you're absolutely right. It's just, I wish Carolina fans nothing but the best. You need help. Get some help.
Stop. Get help.
Stop. Now, another team that might need help, and this is a team that we didn't think was going to be on the help list. We thought maybe Super Bowl contender. Maybe all the pieces have fit for him. Not so fast in the Mile High City. Russ Kitchen is closed. He ain't cooking no more. It's been rough, man. They're sitting at a 2-3 record. They've been forced down our throat on prime time week after week after week. Thankfully, we get a break for him until week 16. But Russell Wilson, he's thrown 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions this year. He's at like an 80.4 QBR rating, 83.4, thrown for 1,400 yards. His completion rating's at 58%. The weapons are there. He's just missing cats wide open. It just blows my mind. Every game film you go back and watch, it's just like check down. And he's just not looking for him 1 second. Has Russ lost his magic? Was his magic Pete Carroll?
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. It's head scratching.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like ever since he had that mallet finger issue last season, I remember watching the game he came back and he's throwing ducks. And I was like, this is not good. And I don't know if like the mallet finger just brought it out or if taking those like 5 weeks off really just messed up his mojo.
Right.
But I mean, anytime you mess with the hand of the throwing arm, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't equal anything good. And I feel like he's just been on a spiral since then.
I didn't think about that injury still cause an effect because, like, we know injuries can mess with you physically, but also mentally, and they can like make you second guess yourself or like how you throw the ball. Maybe it's had to throw change the complete way he's used to doing things, and that messes with him mentally and physically. I didn't think about it, Tim. That might be something. Maybe it's not Pete Carroll. Maybe it's the mallet finger.
The old mallet.
Man, this is a team that we all talked about. Like, man, they could make a run. Like AFC West just got a lot tougher, and it's like, nope, never mind. Drew Lock was a better fit there. It's wild. And maybe it's Hackett. Maybe it's the new head coach there. Maybe things are just bad in Denver. I feel bad for Jay Verge. I text him or Instagram him and say, hey, man, you guys are going to get turned around. We believe in you. We're rooting for the Broncos. We want them to do well because you're on them. But it's just tough out there for a player right now.
Go ahead, Evan.
I was going to say it's weird because, like, I wonder, like, how much of it is learning a new offense. You even think about Russell, like his career, like when he was young with the Seahawks, they had the best defense in football and one of the best running backs. And so there were pieces around him that was making it easier to have success. But then even when the defensive players got old and then, Marshawn Lynch was aging and wasn't as effective, like Russell did prove like he emerged in his prime as like, oh, Russell can be this like complete quarterback type of guy. But I look at Denver, their defense is decent. I mean, against the pass, they're at the top of the league right now. So the argument of like putting up points, there's no excuse for them not putting up the points that defense is holding teams to. So that's where it's also weird. It's like he does have a good defense. I don't know about running back pieces, but it's also, this is, 33-year-old Russ or whatever. Like he should be poised for this, and they've got great weapons.
Yeah.
And I look at it as a Packers fan. I'm like, what would Rodgers do with these weapons? These are this is ideal. This is what you want, and you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree. Wow. All right. Should we move into pick'ems?
let's do it.
Maybe we'll back on the Broncos. We'll see. Here we go. Thursday night, Saints, Arizona Cardinals. D-Hop is back. Arizona, maybe some fresh blood. Maybe this is what they need. They're a 1.5-point favorite against New Orleans. Over-under set at 45. What do we think? Let's go Fitz, Tim, and then me.
Man, they always give us these terrible Thursday night matchups. I wonder if Jameis is going to be back this week. Still waiting.
Yeah.
I feel like Arizona's had issues with running backs getting hurt, though. So that's been problematic for them. So I think it's two teams that the Saints have struggled moving the ball through the air. They got Kamara. Cardinals have struggled on the ground, but they got Kyler. I don't know. I see this one being another struggle. I would probably take the under points-wise in this one, but I'll take Arizona.
I'm going to take the Saints. I just see the Saints defense just like eviscerating Murray. Like they're going to make him make dumb mistakes. I don't know. I just see this being like a less impressive offensive game from the Saints, but a much more impressive defensive game. I think they really locked down some key players, really Murray. So give me the Saints for this one.
The Saints gave the Bengals everything they could handle defensively, offensively. They started clicking. They started hitting things right. I think D-Hop kind of brings some energy back to Arizona. Him and Murray might have some good connections here. Fitz, I'm with you. I'm going to take the under here too. Give me Arizona. Give me the Cards. Also, shout out to us. Last week, I think we all I know for sure I was 11-3 in picks. Tim, I think you were right there. And Fitz, I think you were 10-4 in picks. It was really good pick'ems week. So hopefully we keep the ball rolling.
It was an easier week to call too. I'm not going to lie.
That is true.
It's a lot of easier matchups.
Yeah, like Atlanta over the 49ers. Easy.
Yeah, easy. Dumb.
Who could have called that?
Yeah. Shout out. All right. Over under 47.5 for Bengals hosting the Falcons. Cincinnati 6.5-point favorite here. Joey B, Jamar Chase hooked up big last week. Can they keep it rolling against the Falcons?
Well, yeah, shout out to Tim's pick. He picked the Falcons. I wouldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if they keep it going another week. So I'll take the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll go with the Bengals on this one too. I still like the defense on Atlanta side. I think they can apply some good pressure. It's just a matter of how Cincy's offensive line responds. So I think Cincy will win. I think it's going to be closer than 6.5, but give me Cincy.
You've been talking to your boy Price. I can tell.
Is that what he?
That's your who's your Falcons buddy?
Oh no, Greg.
No,
Greg
not Andrew
McCauley.
Price. Greg. Sorry.
No. So I watched the Falcons in preseason. I know it was preseason, but I was like, dude, this is a good squad. They can just figure out their offense because Mariota's running all over the place. They have a good defense. So put some respect on it.
So Greg's got you sipping the Kool-Aid.
Yo, I need some more Kool-Aid because I can't drink when I'm done with Honolulu. Gosh, we lost.
That's what he says right now. 5 minutes later, we'll see. To me, Cincinnati, I think they keep the ball rolling. I like the way we played. We got Boyd more involved. Higgins is back from injury. Joe Mixon been running hard. We're throwing out in the flats to him. Give me Joey B and the Bengals. I like the defense, obviously. But shout out to the Falcons, man. I don't know if you guys saw the post-game celebration. Them just crushing Bud Lights in the locker room. Ultimate team vibe in the locker room. Vibes are high in Atlanta right now. But Give me this. Give me the Bengals. Tim, you said you're off the Kool-Aid. We're gonna find out for sure. Lions traveling to Dallas. Over on us at 48. Dallas 7-point favorite. Your arch enemy. Tim, I'm gonna let you start this one.
If there is any shred of hope left in me, Aiden Hutchinson gets 4 sacks on Cooper Kush. just like he's been quiet since game 2, where he had the 3 sacks in the first half. Teams have stopped him. He hasn't really been applying a lot of pressure. He's been also dealing with like a lower leg injury, I think, for a couple weeks. So, gosh, if we lose to the Cowboys, I don't know if I could do it anymore, guys. I really don't. So please give me the Lions.
So Tim and Sir Purr on Suicide Watch this week.
The thing about Goff is he's put up great numbers against kind of average or below average defenses. Like he's put up superb numbers, but against like elite defenses, or I would even say just like above average, he's really struggled. So, I mean, this Dallas team, they're for real. They really should have beat Philly this week. They're a Cooper Rush dime away because CeeDee Lamb's wide open on that interception throw. So I got Dallas. And Tim, the matchups you guys got coming up, I think Goff's got his hands full. You guys may be looking at shopping QBs also.
I think it's our defense, by the way. Just
100%. But I
over.
think Goff
Take
is
over.
holding y'all back too.
Yeah. We got a lot going on.
This Dallas defense is tough, man. Michael Parsons look good. This is tough. Dak might be back though. Maybe he's back from the thumb injury.
That probably gives y'all a chance.
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. Tim, let's ride, man. Let's do this thing. Let's steer the ship correctly. Let's get it turned around. Put some new wheels on there. Rev up that Ford engine. Let's go to work. Grab our hammer. Grab our lunch bell. We're going. Let's go Lions. Lions to get the win. At least cover. Let's go.
Let's go.
Just be a great running back matchup. Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. That was like the battle. Now we got Swift and Zeke.
Swift can run circles around Zeke.
Colts traveling to Tennessee. Tennessee just going to get a brand new stadium. I don't know if you guys saw that. $4 billion later. Titans are going to get a new stadium. Over on set 42.5. Tennessee 3-point favorite. Don't mean to brag. One of us called Colts winning. Don't mean to brag. Anyways, what do we got?
Matty Ice, baby. I was feeling it in the locker room when in that total shit show between Denver and Indy on Thursday. But Matt Ryan, great leadership in that locker room. I think he's kind of getting them in that next step. So I like the Colts to keep it going.
I just can't trust the Colts. I don't know what we're going to get. Are we getting the team that beat Kansas City, or are we getting the team that, didn't they tie the Texans or something?
Yeah.
That was week 1. They just had a walk-off against the Jags.
I don't feel good about it, but give me the Colts.
Man, you guys both going Colts. Like, I feel like it's the opposite for me, where like Evan says he wants to off the Danny Dimes train, but in reality, he's just always holding on. Like, my boy Danny. Where me, I'm like, yo, Matt Ryan's dead done. And then he does something. I'm like, God, now I've got to acknowledge how good he was, because this last week he was fucking phenomenal. I hate it. Run me over with the train. I think Coach Vrabel gets him done. I think Tennessee finds a way to win here, and they start finding ways to get back in the playoff contention race. This division, you win the division, you're in. So I think Coach Vrabel's going to get them right. And like you guys said, you never know what Colts team you're going to get. So give me the Titans. All right, Fitz, your turn. Packers traveling down to Washington. Over-under set 41.5. Green Bay 5.5-point favorite over the Commies.
Yeah, we have to win this one. It's frustrating because you were looking at the schedule going, okay, Giants in London. We should win that one.
Check.
We got the Jets. Should win that one. We got
Okay.
the Commanders should win. And I think we got a favorable one next week. And then we have the Bills. And you were kind of looking ahead like that Bills-Packers game, it could be, some pretty good records going against each other. And Packers just look lost. But LaFleur, he's talked about really changing it up this week. Obviously, with Cobb getting hurt, they're gonna have to come up with something, and they're not gonna put money on Robbie Anderson. So I don't know what to expect. The weird thing that I've noticed with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers has to throw perfect balls to get us like solid drives. Like Rodgers is putting them on the money. Like the ball is catching the players. They're not catching the ball because they can't get separation.
Yeah.
And then when they do get separation, they just drop wide open touchdowns. If you're rookies, Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. So we need these rookies now, like more than ever. They got to step up. And I think this is a perfect chance to do it against a struggling Commanders team. So go Pack, go.
I like it.
But Evan, your boy Tyler Heineke's starting for the Commies.
I know. And I was conflicted. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Heineke and I was like, ooh, I think I might have to start McLaurin this week. It's like I kind of like so yeah. That's I like him. Old Dominion.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm taking the Packers on this one. I don't know if Aaron has to throw much. I think Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon kind of take him off in the sunset. When the Lions played Washington, Swift and Williams had a field day. We were getting 6-7 yards up the gut. So I certainly know this running back duo can do some more damage. I think they just rely on their running backs. So give me the Packers.
It's a good call, Tim.
Yeah, I like that. I was going to bring up the rushing defense difference here, and I think you hit the nail on the head. To me, I think the Packers run game just too tough for them. You have wideouts that drop wide open balls. I think Rodgers fixes that. I think Packers get it rolling, and it starts this week. Sorry, Commander fans, and sorry boys. This ain't your week yet. You guts it, you grit it out. A win against Chicago. Shout out to you. Enjoy it because this weekend ain't happening again.
I think we should put Mercedes Lewis in the slot. That's a hot take. I want to put 6'7". I don't know how much he weighs, like
just let him go for it.
60 pounds. Just
at this point, you got nothing to lose.
First round draft pick tight end. He's 38 years old, but dude, he's a truck.
Yeah,
he's
just try it.
He's like our Ricard for the Ravens.
For the Ravens, yeah.
I'm just like, what if we threw it to him like 5 times a game and just let him bulldoze over people? I feel like that would give us some energy. So
yeah, I'm here for it. Bucks traveling to Carolina. Under-unders at 40.5. Tampa Bay 10.5 point favorite. Biggest spread of the week. Tampa Bay coming off that tough loss to Steelers and Project Mitch. Carolina coming off the tough loss to the Rams, losing Robbie Anderson, down a coach, down a quarterback. Things are tough. What do we think?
Eventually, Panthers are going to spoil someone. Like they're going to win, and it's going to shock everybody. I don't think it's this one, though. And Tampa's weird to figure out. So I feel like it could look like it's tipping towards Carolina, but I think Brady gets it done.
I don't know, Evan. I don't see the fire storm of Carolina just cooling off. I just think it's all in flames. I mean, Tampa, I feel like they have their head on their shoulders as an organization much more than Carolina. I don't know. Give me the Bucks. It's a safe pick, but
yeah, I'm with you, Tim. I think it's just they're going to burn all the way to the end of the season, and this ashes they'll salt it and they'll restart somewhere else because they need it. Carolina's it's a shit just cesspool right now. It's bad. It's real bad.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying the Panthers will win. Like it could be the Bengals November 6th.
I don't know if they will.
Or it could be.
Why do you hate me?
Or it could be the Ravens. Yeah, it's not going to be the Ravens. But I'm saying one of those teams that's supposed to beat them is going to fall.
But
That's all I'm
why?
saying.
But why do you
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean-
it's just the way the NFL works.
like? It's I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, usually there's like a glimmer of hope, but like CMC's on the trading block. They're actively taking offers for him. He's either going to be traded or he's going to get hurt.
Yeah, like I'm with you.
You had
It's-
you trust
this
in
is tough.
Yeah, you trust in Baker to do something. They just lost arguably their what was Anderson wide receiver 1 or 2?
I think
Two.
it was
I think
2.
Moore's-
DJ Moore's 1.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. It's tough. Speaking of tough situations, Tom Brady and that divorce, it's not going good for him right now. He's just, he showed up for 0 practices last week because of birthday parties, divorce. He took a private plane to the game in Pittsburgh. Tom Brady's just not all in right now, and it's tough for him. So both these teams are just, it's not a good situation for either one. But I'll take Tampa Bay to get back a win here because Carolina's just terrible. Giants, man, they're feeling themselves. New York is a bumping place. I said it last week. I'll say it again this week. Both teams get big wins. Giants is a dog in Duval County. Jacksonville, 3-point favorite.
This one's really interesting. And Jacksonville's favored?
Yeah.
That surprises me. I
it
thought
surprised me too.
Giants would be favored. I do like the Jags. I really do like the Jags. I was expecting them to take care of the Colts, though, so I think that's what's weird. But I'm going to trust Trevor Lawrence. I really see him. He's really emerged this year, and he gets better every week, I feel like. Even though they're losing, I feel like he's playing a little bit better every few weeks. So I'll take the Jags.
I don't know what it is about the Giants. I don't know if it's like the giant blue. I don't know. I just like the Giants. They're 5-1. Saquon's playing out of his mind right now.
Hurt shoulder, though.
Oh, is he hurt?
He played hurt last week, and he played awesome, but he's like a warrior out there. They jump on the sideline. He's just like his arms just hanging to the side, but he's just bruising.
Come on, Saquon, get back in there. Give me the Giants.
Yeah, this is the lock of the week. This is where I'm betting a mortgage payment on right here. Giants.
Oh,
like come on, like I don't know how they're the dog in this matchup. Give me New York to win. I think Jacksonville will keep it close. Don't get me wrong, but the Giants are just battle tested. I mean, we forget they just beat the Ravens. Like they look damn good. Give me the Giants to win. 5-1. Who would have thunk? Browns, Ravens, AFC North gridiron matchup. Baltimore 6.5-point favorite, defending their home turf. 46.5 to over under.
I like Baltimore. They're like the Jekyll and Hyde team, but they play. I mean, every game is going to be close with them. You just don't know if you're going to get the Lamar that throws it away at the end or the Lamar that drives the field and lets Justin Tucker finish it off. So I think we get a good version of Lamar, and shout out to Kenyon Drake last week having a productive game.
Yeah, nothing fancy for me this pick. I'm going the Ravens. I trust Lamar over Brissett. Is that who's quarterback in the Browns right now?
Yeah.
Kobe. Yeah. So give me the Ravens.
Yeah. Baltimore's dropped 3 in a row. There's 3 games that probably looking back, you should have won. Watson, there's 2 more allegations for Watson. So like that doesn't seem like it's clearing up anytime soon. Bad time to be a Browns fan. I feel a tap at my door. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Give me the Ravens to win. You know, as a poet. Our other New York team, the Jets, the MILF Hunters, Zach Wilson, riding high after that big win. Don't mean to say it, but I called it. I'll leave it at that. Traveling to Denver, 40.5 to over under. Denver, 3-point favorite. This could be another lock. That's all I'm going to say. What do we think?
I'm going to take the Broncos. I feel like Russell, it's due, right? Like he can't he can't lose to everybody, can he? I'm gonna take Denver.
I'm taking the Gets. I think
Wait, you're taking who?
I'm taking the Jets.
The Gets.
Yeah, you said G.
Oh, I said J, but maybe I did say G. Did I say G?
Get.
Give me the Gets. Let's go.
Gets.
Gets. Okay, so I think Sauce Gardner, who plays for the Gets, I think he is getting his first pick six. Give me the Gets.
Should have had against the Packers.
He was close.
Real close.
I was pretty amped for him there for a second, but yeah, give me the
He's
Gets.
the real deal. Former Bearcat. Hey, it's all right. We all make mistakes, right? I make tons of mistakes. I'm just glad I was able to catch you on one of your mistakes there. The G stands for G, as in gangster. Zach Wilson, MILF Hunter, baby. Putting the city of New York on his back, baby, as he hunts for him. Give me the Jets. I think this is another lock for me. The kitchen's closed, man. You have Captain Corny going against Captain Cougar. Give me Captain Cougar. Texans, Raiders, 45.5 over under. Vegas 7-point favorite. Both these teams, they need to win desperately.
Yeah, I think this is Devin's game.
This is it?
I think this is it. The one no one gives a shit about. That fits because I've got Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs. I would take the Raiders out of either of these teams. I do think the Raiders could get it turned around, but it's a tough start for them.
You know, if I was a betting man, I would say my parlay pick this week would be the Texans over the Raiders. It might be.
Man,
That hurts.
I'm taking the Texans.
Oh,
Raiders stink,
that's
man.
wild.
Raiders stink. They're dead. And Parker's
Man.
sure they're dead. Get them out of here. They're done. Throw them through a table.
I love it. Man, I'm looking at the Raiders' schedule right now. All their losses have been by a single tutty. You know, they beat Russell Wilson, the Broncos. That's their sole win. They've had they'll have 13 days off, almost 2 weeks off by the time they play the Texans. The last game was Monday night against the Chiefs where they lost by a point. They're feeling good. They're feeling refreshed. Give me the Raiders to win. They need to win bad. Texans, I think they're dead. They're done. Put them through a table.
What? They've only lost 2 games by more than one possession. Those were 2 possession games. Everything else has been 1 possession. So I could take your same argument and whip it back at you, boy.
All right. Well, I'm going to say Carr versus Mills, and his hair's getting longer. So. Seahawks, Chargers, over-unders at 52.5. LA defending their home turf as a 6.5-point favorite.
I'm actually going to take Seattle. I think that Kenneth Walker now stepping in for the Rashad Penny role. I think he's performed well early on as a rookie, so he's getting more touches. I like those weapons around Geno. I'm still not sure if I'm sold on Geno, but he's got pieces around him. And defensively, the Chargers just have so many injuries. I think they're going to struggle in every game because of that. So yeah, I'm going to take Seattle, and I'm going to think about parlay on this one. Think about it. I'm going to think about it for a little bit.
I like how Seattle's been looking. For this one, I'm just going to go the safe pick. Give me the Chargers. I don't necessarily like what I feel like they could be doing more on offense, but
yeah,
give me the Chargers.
I feel like the Chargers is really banged up right now, and so this spread really surprises me. I like the way Geno's been slinging that thing. I like the way the Seahawks have been commanding the clock. Chargers, man, they got to get healthy. I just don't think they're healthy. I mean, hell, their kicker had a busted hamstring out there kicking 4 field goals last night. Like, kudos to him, draft of the week, dude.
Yeah.
Give me Seattle. I'm going with another upset here. Give me Seattle to win. Niners, Chiefs, this matchup right here, Orlando Brown Jr. versus Bosa. This is big key matchup. Bosa is supposed to return this week. Over on us at 48.5. Kansas, 3-point favorite on the road.
Replay of a pretty good Super Bowl. I'm going to take Kansas City pretty easily.
Yeah, give me Kansas City as well.
Nothing fancy. Sweep it. Chiefs.
Get out your brooms.
Get out your brooms. That's how you know you put money on the 49ers now, because we swept the pick. Steelers, Dolphins, Tua. Back to the land of the living, my friend. He's supposed to come back and play. Over on us at 44.5. Miami 7-point favorite.
Yeah, I got Brucey. There for Miami. I was showing him a wrestling move.
Too much popcorn.
Yeah, I think Tua playing again really opens up that offense to like what we saw at the start of the season. So give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's Project Mitt. Pittsburgh's feeling really good. They got a big win. Last time they got a big win was against my Bengals. They fumbled the bag the next week. I think this happens again. Give me Miami. So another sweep on the Dolphins. Put your money on Pittsburgh. Here we go. Bears, Patriots, Monday Night Football. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. Fields versus Zap. Here we go. Over on us at 39.5. Lowest total. New England 7.5-point favorite.
Man, they need to give this one to Amazon Prime. I'm just going to say that right now. Quarterbacks are interesting. Fields second year and Zappa rookie. So, I guess that's something you could watch on a Monday and see like who might be somebody. Yeah. But it's a pretty sad matchup. The Bears last week, oh my gosh. Fields actually played decent, but those receivers just have bricks for hands. They weren't helping him out at all. So I will take Zap and the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots too. Zappy, I mean, he's played pretty terrible defenses, I would know. And he's putting up numbers. So, like, I think them playing a middle of the pack defense, I think he's going to do fine. Yeah, give me the Patriots.
Man, I like it. Give me New England as well. Man, we ended up on 3 straight sweeps there, boys. That never happens. Yeah, give me Belichick and the Patriots. All right, pub parlay time. Let's cue the music and let's make some money. We wwere so close last week. So close. All right. So we've teased the parlay with a lot of NFL talk. Let's see if we're gonna put our money where our mouth is. What do we think, guys? And we need money, so if you guys can have up to 2 picks if you want, or we just bet 100 on 3 picks.
What about the 3 we just swept on? Could we throw those in?
So we lock in
those
our
3
sweeps. All right, we'll lock in our sweeps.
So what were our sweeps?
That was New England, Chiefs, Seahawks.
I like it.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. All right, so that'll be it. We'll put a parlay in for that 3. Let's put another parlay in, and we can go anywhere you guys want.
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
All right. Does it matter Saturday or Sunday?
Don't matter.
All right.
Tim, there's great numbers on that Texans.
Dude.
Texans are plus 250.
It's like
it's not that great of odds. I'm just kidding.
I'm doing it.
I don't like
Texans.
it though. I shouldn't have said it.
You didn't like Atlanta. Well, no, you didn't like Atlanta.
You
didn't like him.
I know.
Because after I said it, you're like, okay, maybe.
You've done better than me. I did afterwards. I liked that pick a lot, Tim. I was like,
yeah. I don't have as much justification for this pick. It's just more of a gut feeling. It's usually how you lose money, but
yeah.
I was
may
close to putting the
I may
Raiders as
fade
my
on that
text.
pick. We'll
Yeah.
see.
All right, so we got Texans.
I said I was going to think about Seattle, but we locked that one in.
Yeah, we've.
What
locked
if
it
I
in.
do? I said Saints Cardinals under 45. But I
like
did Kansas City and Buffalo to go over. So that's
Over.
where I'm like, I don't know that that's my best game. What do y'all think?
Hey, whatever you want, big dog.
Saints Cardinals. Take the under.
Under Saints Cardinals. I like it. I like the over too, and then we both just put our foot in our mouth. I really want to go Jets over Denver. I like that one a lot, but I'm gonna throw some college football in there. It's been good money to me this season. Give me Chip Kelly and the Bruins to travel into Eugene, Oregon, and get a win there. Give me the money line at plus 193.
Oh, let's go.
Oh no.
We're about to cash out.
Fitz, don't come at me with college football, son.
Yeah. He had the
okay.
pick of the year.
That's right. That's right.
Smoking on that Bama pack. All right, random question. Anybody got one for us?
I had one, but it should be a segment. It's not going to be a. It's not going to be a random
okay.
question. It needs to be a segment. That was your TV starting five. I posted in the Instagram with the Urkel clip.
That's right. That's right.
Steve Urkel clip.
Yeah,
That
we'll
needs
make
to
a
be
segment. Yeah,
Yep.
we'll make a segment. I mean, spooky season.
Can we do a Halloween? That's what I was.
Yeah. We just we could do like.
I was gonna ask best Halloween. Something.
How about all right? We do a little trifecta here. Favorite Halloween costume, movie, candy.
Ooh. Okay. You gonna bring us in?
Yeah, I'll bring us in. My ultimate favorite. You guys will never believe this. I got to do Wolverine one year, and I had the little claw stick out, and I just stabbed people with them. It was my favorite. I was a little terrorist with it. I loved it. It was like the old school Wolverine costume. I'm gonna bring it back. Favorite movie, OG Halloween, Michael Myers. Like that's just my favorite. Got him up behind me. Like, come on, love Michael Myers. Candy. Nothing beats like a good old fashioned just Reese's. Like, don't give me the one in the wrapper with the double wrappers. No, I want the bar. You open it up, chocolate right there. You just bite down on it, like the Reese's pumpkin. Love good Reese's.
Man, those are good picks.
Thank you.
You know, I don't know what my favorite costume was. It was a ninja one year. One year I was like Karate Kid.
I'm seeing a trend here.
I was a vampire one year. I don't know.
Yeah. Those are good.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
Tim, you make a good Daniel LaRusso. You make a good Karate Kid.
I didn't do too much dressing up. I think the ninja would be my favorite. Let's go in stealth mode. You know how it goes. For movie, man, I'm a scaredy cat. You guys know I don't like scary movies. They really muff me up. The worst.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah, I guess the movie that muffed me up the most, if you would consider that a favorite, would be The Conjuring. Parker scarred me for life from that movie. So, thank you, Coach.
Anytime. That was awesome. And then God, I had to wait like 10 minutes in your closet for you to get back to your room and scare the shit out you.
You bastard. Yeah, for all those who don't know, quick side story. So we watched The Conjuring in our apartment, and I'm already scared to death, right? And so I'm getting things ready for class the next day. I have an early class, and something tells me to just look behind me, and all I see is Michael Myers' mask standing in my closet, and it happens to be Parker. Oh my gosh.
Ugh,
I,
nightmare.
the look on your face, I was like, either he's about to fucking just murder me because he doesn't know who I am, or
Oh, that haunts me. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Um,
anytime.
You know, I'm kind of a gummy kind of guy when it
Mhm.
comes to Halloween. I don't mind, like the Swedish Fish. I feel like Swedish Fish is like a low key. If you're into gummies, you really like them.
Slow down.
Secondary nerds, and I'm not sorry about it.
Mm,
Yeah, I like that pick.
that's good.
Options are great.
My favorite costume, I feel like it's always my next costume. I sound like Tom Brady. It's my favorite ring is the next one. I mean, I like looking forward to, my costume this year is going to be very controversial. I'm going to be hippie Aaron Rodgers with some, I got to figure out how to make some ayahuasca
Oh, God.
and label it. But I've got my Aaron Rodgers book club shirt and a Packers toboggan. And I just need to be very zen while I do it. So I'm
I
excited.
gotta get you a crystal.
I'm excited for it. That it is controversial. It's a good conversation starter though. But I think before that was probably my Larry Bird. I had a USA basketball shirt with a Dream Team hat that I wore real French lick like, with the and then of course the high shorts. And so that was also a favorite. Favorite candy, 100 grand. And as a kid, I remember when I got it, I was like, what is this? And I tried it. I was like, this is my favorite candy ever. But you only get it around Halloween. Like it's hard to find in certain places, and using your bucket, you might have like 3 or 4 of them. But that's definitely
Deep sleeper.
That's like my favorite dangerous. I can't eat them, but oh my God, they're so good. And favorite movie is very difficult. Halloween movie, I thought of Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, but that's the least favorite of my Charlie Browns. So I'm just gonna mention it. It's not my favorite though. I think it's Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks. I think that's my favorite. I was like, I probably need to watch that this week. Although, shout out to one of my favorite Halloween scenes is from Big Daddy when he takes the kid to his first house and the guy doesn't have candy. He just goes inside the house.
Doesn't he
That is
like
a
get a
great
bunch
scene.
of CDs and stuff?
Yeah.
Give me the CDs too. Put them in there. Put them in there.
The kid just sitting there so nice.
Damn you, Scuba Steve. Great movie. Good choice. Good choices. Guys, yeah, that's a hell of a Halloween party right there. We got it situated now. Fitz, I'm gonna mail you a crystal. And then we're gonna make you the real drink.
Okay.
You go on a journey Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Hey, great show, guys. Appreciate all our listeners and watchers out there. Keep sharing, keep supporting all that good stuff. Use Pub 17 on Smack Apparel. Get some good stuff. Just keep doing what we're just doing. We're growing in the charts. I love it. And we're having fun doing this thing. So shout out to you beautiful people. Have a beautiful weekend. Bet sports. Do it responsibly. And we'll catch you guys Tuesday.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time. See ya at a bet go well.
That was seamless. It was perfect.
I'm always
Oh my gosh.
we would be the bad
You need
boys of
to.
Little
That
League.
elbow
I'm
always
telling you
gets
now.
me.
We would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to.
Has to.
I mean,
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Fitzmagic in September is like one of the hottest athletes in the world.
Georgia,
my favorite
24 and a
soundbite.
half point favorite.
It's magic.
Yeah,
That
Jesus take
one
the
is
wheel in the
great.
spread.
It is a
Tell me
great
what you
one.
got.
Dude, they're going to need every bit of that spread. Like I said, prop bet, South Carolina doesn't score a single point. Georgia's
Oh.
defense. Yeah.
Matt is Jigsaw gets me every time.
What gets you every time?
Matt is Jigsaw just gets me every time.
I think he just fits his body
He's just
perfectly.
riding
his
a
face
little-
perfectly.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
I don't know if this counts as a Halloween movie. but a recent one I watched, Jumanji, with Robin Williams.